Who am I here with, and what'd you do?
Hey guys, I'm Elijah Green. I just got a third place at the Goodlettsville Regional playing Melodious.
You got any shout-outs?
Shout out to Clifton Land especially. He helped me with the deck a lot. We've been labbing it lately. He couldn't make it today. Shout out to all the boys I came with, of course, Eric, Chester, Zach, man behind the camera, of course, the legend. Yeah.
Let's get into it.
All right, we'll start off with the engine, triple couplet, triple refrain. These are the just good ones. I only played 2 and 1 of the guys that special summon themselves. I found out it's worth playing this one because one of the best inboards is Baguska, Baka, Atole. Because Baka lets your fusion effects work under Baguska, and this is a level 4 extender, which makes it easy. And you have to play it for when you get shifted, because then like refrains like a 1-card Baguska and stuff, and if their deck plays shifter, they probably can't beat Baguska. So, and then 2 soprano, have to play 2, and then just 1. I don't play the other lock girl, just 1 aria. The other one says it can't be destroyed by card effects. I just don't think that's relevant. The targeting and can't die by battle is the most relevant. This card's low-key the best card in the deck. Like, it's not even an interrupt, but it just makes the board so hard to deal with. And it lets you hold your interrupts, like, infinite, because none of your stuff can die or be targeted. And then 1 of Shapina drew this card, like, more than any other Melodious monster. I hate this chick, but you have to play her, so. And then for the spells, triple first movement, triple branded fusion, just ostinato. This card's unbelievable. Some of the best hands are when you just, like, open 2 of this. Like the fact that it's not once per turn, you just have to have an empty field. I would just like Atole bounce their field and then just slam another one of these to keep extending. Yeah, this card is ridiculous. And then I guess the weirdest thing about our list is we played 2 Concernato. This is typically a 1-of, but you'll see we went in a little bit of a different direction with our pot cards for consistency. We decided to play Desires instead, so that's why we doubled up on this, because you can't really afford to banish all of your copies of it. The reason I chose to play Desires over Prosperity is Prosperity conflicts with the draw from this, so you can get 3 draws instead of just a Prosperity Excavation. And Orange Light's a super card-hungry card, so just having more random guys to pitch with that is super nice, especially since you can recycle back the Orange Lights with Shapina if you like negated a hand trap or anything. So yeah, I think it was just better to see more cards in a deck like this than it was to see like one specific card. And then last spell was just called by. So. And then for the hand traps, which are the main part of the deck, because you get to play so many, we played triple Veiler, triple Imperm, triple Ogre. This was my least favorite one. I sided it out a lot. I think this card's like kind of overhyped right now. Like, honestly, I'd probably trim it down or maybe move it to the side deck. Like, everybody put it in because of Tempai, but like half the time they just activate the field spell and then kill you and never use the field spell, so it just becomes useless. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, and it's like almost worthless against fire if they know what they're doing. So, and then triple Ash, and then of course the best hand trap in the deck, triple Orange Light. This card's incredible. I won like every game that I drew it. Yeah, clean 40.
John, I guess Mourner.
I would probably consider trimming Ogre to put Mourner in. I mean, they're both like most of the time useless versus Tempai if they know what they're doing, but Mourner's better against fire decks, so maybe you'd consider playing that instead, moving Ogre to the side, but I haven't really thought about it enough yet. I guess we'll do the side deck real quick. 1 Rivalry works in this deck. This card's insane. Like, even when you're going second, you can just like put this in against like fire and stuff because they have like bow and SP and all that on board. And sometimes if you can just like break up the board a little bit and just set this, it's like enough to slow the game down to where you can grind back into it. And then 3 of the Floodgate of the Month, D-Barrier, obviously. Card's crazy. And then the spicy one for the weekend. Shoutouts to Connor for this one. Power Sink Stone. So, wait. Yeah. Power 6 Stone. So the idea of this card, for those of you who don't know, every time a monster effect is activated, when it resolves, you put a counter on this card. When it hits 2 counters, all monsters on the field are negated, and neither player can activate monster effects on the field. So the idea is you flip it up and stand by. They'll go to main phase, summon their starter, activate it. you'll chain both the fusion monsters to banish till the end phase and to like banish a random card from the graveyard. And then the chain resolves backwards. You'll get 2 counters on this, so their starter will be negated, and then they're under better skill drain. And it's better because a lot of the decks outs for it in the main deck or like when they're not putting in spell trap removal are like Access Code, banish itself in the field, or like Phoenix or SP, chain droplet, stuff like that. And none of that works because they can't even activate the monster effects. And then during the end phase, it removes the counters, so you just bring all your guys back, pin summon a bunch of guys, and then just kill them. Yeah, this card's really good. Most of the times I drew it, I was like already winning, so I didn't get to see like how powerful it was, but it was really good in testing, so we ended up keeping it in. And then just pretty generic stuff: triple Cosmic, Feather Duster, triple Evenly. There's a lot less negates now. Some people are making the Herald stuff in Fire, but this card's just been really good for me. As long as you can like simplify the game down in this deck, your cards trade so much better into hand traps than theirs, because like one Ostinato can make the fusion through an imperm, so yeah, you just really want to simplify the game down as much as you can. And then the last card was Tam Tam. This one burns them when you fuse with it. Never came up, I never went at the time, but I just figured I'd have it in as the 15th slot. And then extra deck, utility stuff first, Typhon, Baguska. This one's actually a part of like the best end board in the deck, where you end on Baka, Atole, and Baguska. And since Baka says that your fusion effects can't be negated, you can actually still use your fusions while Baguska is switching everything to defense, which is crazy, because they, of course, will be struggling to out Baguska, and at any time you can still use Atole to bounce face-up cards. So I really like that combo. Super good. Shoutouts to Clifton for that one. I made that board like 3 times today, and I didn't lose a single one of those games. Underworld Goddess, it's easy to spam guys, and this deck doesn't really have any outs to Towers monsters, so as long as you don't get locked into Melodious, which is only off the Link 2 and First Movement solo. So Gravity Controller, this is how you play through Imperm and the 1-card Ostinato combo by just linking off the Baka that you put in the EMZ. It's worth the slot, I think, just for that. SP, because it's SP. Lizardros, there's a couple cards you can play in the slot. It's either Azalea, the Furhire Link 2, or this. I like this one, especially since I'm not playing Prosperity, because when it banishes itself to sink a monster's attack, you get to draw a card, so you have a chance to like YOLO draw into a starter when you're in like an unwinnable game state. So I just thought it was a little better. It never came up for me. The point of those Link 2s is to just clear your field so you can activate Ostinato in First Movement. So it's definitely worth the slot just for that reason. This is your skill drain out. Takes 2 fairies, tribute a fairy, pop a card on the field. I just played one of the Link 2 because I don't think you ever are going to summon more than one, because you have to use 2 monsters and discard a card. So like if it resolved, you're probably winning, and if it didn't, you're not going to use another 3 cards to make this more than likely. So yeah, I just didn't think it was realistic. It never came up. So that was the Links. One of this fusion, it can't die by battle or card effects. Occasionally in weird Tempai situations, it comes up that you can like summon this off an Atole that gets killed or destroyed by something, and then it's just kind of hard for them to out. It also just outs problematic monsters, because when it battles, it can destroy the monster and burn them for the difference in the attack. And then double Baka, 3rd never came up for me. Double Shiberta, I think you have to play at least 2 of her. And then 2 of the girl herself, Atole. This card's unbelievable. Yeah. But yeah, that's everything.
Well, congratulations, Eli. Thanks for watching.